Welcome to episode 1556 of the Multifamily Collective. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite pithy statements. I don't know if it's pithy, it's a quote or a statement that I really love. I'm not sure where to attribute it. I learned it from Tom Peters, I believe, but I think he actually borrowed it from somebody else. And the statement is this: a bias for action. So you want to work with people, you want to be a person who has a bias for action. So if you glean some information, if you see something that necessitates action, you just go do that thing. You don't ask for permission. You don't wait around for a bunch of data to come in, especially if the bias for action is a clear line of sight. If there is or are things that you need to go and collect, you do that. But even that is a bias for action. You go and get that information so that you make an informed decision and get going down the road. A lot of times we get in a room, we take a bunch of notes, and we move on to the next meeting. And that list of notes just gets lost in a shuffle of paper, or it gets lost in a shuffle of digital files, and it never gets acted upon. I know I'm guilty of this myself. I'm a note taker. And if those notes don't get transferred to a calendar or a task list immediately, then those things just get lost in the shuffle. So I try to make it a discipline, and this is encouragement to you, try to make it a discipline. If I take a note in a meeting, it immediately gets transferred over to a calendar slot, or it gets transferred to a to-do list that sits right next to my calendar so I can slot those things in and get them done in an efficient manner. So my encouragement to you today is a bias for action. I one time saw this guy wore a watch, and the watch face literally said now. And he had a real bias for action. So every time he looked at his watch, it was like, now, do it now, do it this minute. So my encouragement to you is to get in the practice, get in the habit of doing things now. Certainly you have things competing for your time and attention, but to the extent that you can do something right now, get it done, move on to the next thing, because information doesn't slow down. Task lists don't grow shorter if they're not being done, and your calendar doesn't get wiped away clean if you're not getting the action items that are necessary off the calendar. So that's it. Take care. Talk to you again soon.